Have you ever felt an invisible weight pressing on your heart, a heaviness that you can't explain, as if the world itself is quietly trying to dim your light? That feeling is real. It's not just stress, it's not just coincidence. There is a darkness around you, subtle, silent yet persistent. And if you ignore it, if you underestimate it, it can slowly seep into your mind, your emotions, and even your soul. But what if I told you that there is a way to protect yourself, a way to keep your inner light untouched, no matter what chaos surrounds? If you watch this video till the very end, you will discover the tools and mindset that can shield your soul and make you unshakable. The truth is, life is not always what it seems. People smile, words are kind, yet beneath the surface, negative energy exists everywhere. Some of it comes from jealousy, some from fear, and some from those who wish to control or drain you. The world is not designed to nurture your soul automatically. Left unchecked, this darkness can influence your thoughts, cloud your judgment, and even dictate your actions without you realizing it. Psychology shows us that the human mind absorbs patterns and energies from the environment. If the world around you is toxic, even subtly, it starts shaping you in ways that silently weaken your spirit. But here's the powerful secret that many never realize. The darkness outside cannot touch the light within unless you allow it. Every human being carries a spark, a core of resilience, clarity, and truth. That spark is your soul. Protecting it is not just a spiritual idea. It is a practical, psychological necessity. People who guard their inner selves develop strength that others cannot shake. They remain calm when chaos strikes. They stay focused when others panic. And most importantly, they create a life filled with purpose and inner peace, no matter what challenges come their way. Think about this for a moment. How many times have you felt drained after being around certain people or situations? How often have negative thoughts whispered to you when you least expected them? That is the darkness trying to enter your mind. But it does not have to win. Understanding its presence is the first step to protecting your soul. Awareness is the foundation of defense. Once you recognize that not every thought or emotion is yours, once you start distinguishing between your own energy and the external forces around you, you gain control. You take back the power that the world has tried to quietly steal. There is also a psychological reward in protecting your soul. Humans are wired to respond to safety and stability. When your mind feels secure, your body relaxes, your creativity flows, and your confidence skyrockets. You start noticing opportunities instead of obstacles. You begin to attract people and experiences that match your energy. This is not magic. It is psychology. Your inner state shapes your outer reality. Protect your soul and your life transforms. Many people make the mistake of ignoring the subtle warning signs of darkness. A small comment that stings more than it should, a lingering resentment, a sense of unease in a room. These are all signals. They are the shadows creeping into your life, quietly testing your defenses. But what separates those who thrive from those who falter is simple: awareness and action. By paying attention and taking deliberate steps, you create boundaries that darkness cannot cross. You become the master of your mind, the guardian of your spirit, and the ruler of your own energy. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how to identify the negative influences around you, how to build a mental shield that keeps your thoughts pure, and how to nurture a soul so strong that no external force can shake. You will learn how to protect yourself in ways that are practical, psychologically proven, and deeply empowering. And when you apply these lessons, you will notice a profound change. Your journey is not about avoiding the world. It is about seeing it clearly, protecting your energy, and keeping your inner light intact no matter what surrounds you. Your soul is the most valuable part of who you are. It is not defined by your possessions, your status, or the approval of others. It is the core of your being, the part that feels deeply, thinks clearly, and connects with life in a way that nothing external can replace. Psychology shows us that when the soul is nurtured, the mind and body follow. You become resilient, focused, and unshakable. But if the soul is ignored, drained, or exposed to constant negativity, even small challenges can feel overwhelming. Understanding your soul begins with awareness. It is not something you can see, yet you feel its presence in moments of clarity, peace, and purpose. It speaks to you through intuition, through the quiet knowing that guides your choices. Every thought, every decision, and every action either strengthens your soul or weakens it. When you act against your values, when you absorb negativity without noticing, your soul becomes vulnerable. When you align your life with truth, courage, and positivity, it grows stronger, glowing like a light that darkness cannot dim. The soul also serves as a filter. It determines what energy you allow in and what you reject. This is why protecting it is essential. If your mind is the battlefield, your soul is the shield. Every encounter, every conversation, every environment interacts with your soul, either building it or tearing it down. People who ignore this fact often wonder why they feel exhausted or why life seems heavier than it should. The answer is simple. Their soul is unguarded, their inner light exposed to influences that drain rather than empower. Nurturing your soul is a conscious choice. It requires attention to your thoughts, your emotions, and the energy you surround yourself with. It demands that you recognize when something or someone is trying to take from you, and that you respond by protecting your core. The deeper your understanding of your soul, the less the world can shake you. You become grounded, confident, and serene, even when chaos surrounds you. The most profound truth about your soul is this: it is untouchable unless you allow it to be touched. Darkness has no power over you unless you let fear, doubt, or negativity open the door. When you truly understand the strength and importance of your soul, you gain the ability to walk through the world with clarity, purpose, and unwavering energy. You stop being a passive participant in life and start being the guardian of your own inner world, ensuring that your light remains bright no matter what shadows try to creep in. Not all darkness comes from the world at large. Often, it comes from the people closest to us, the ones we interact with daily. Negative energy is contagious. Jealousy, resentment, manipulation, and constant criticism can quietly erode your confidence and weaken your soul. Psychology proves that humans are profoundly influenced by those they spend the most time with. Your thoughts, your emotions, and even your beliefs can be subtly shaped by the people around you, often without your conscious awareness. Consider how you feel after spending time with certain individuals. Some leave you energized, uplifted, and clear-minded. Others drain you, leaving a lingering heaviness in your heart and mind. That difference is not random. Your soul is sensitive to energy. Those who radiate darkness or who constantly complain, judge, or criticize can act as invisible leeches, slowly feeding on your strength and focus. If this continues unchecked, even a strong soul can begin to feel tired, doubtful, or fearful. Protecting your soul means recognizing these influences and setting boundaries. It does not mean avoiding the world or becoming isolated. It means being mindful of the energy you allow into your life. It means choosing relationships that uplift, challenge, and inspire rather than deplete. It means understanding that not every person deserves access to your inner world. Some will try to dim your light, not out of malice, but because of their own struggles, envy, or unresolved pain. Awareness is key. Once you understand how much influence others have over your mental and emotional state, you can make deliberate choices. You can distance yourself from toxic influences and surround yourself with energy that nourishes your soul. The strength of your spirit grows in proportion to the clarity and positivity of the people you allow near you. The truth is simple. Your soul is your most precious asset and you are responsible for protecting it. Negative people will always exist, but their power over you depends entirely on what you permit. By consciously choosing who and what affects your inner world, you reclaim control over your life. You transform from someone who is reactive to someone who is intentional. You create a space where your soul can flourish, untouched by the shadows of others, and you begin to experience the profound freedom that comes from being the guardian of your own energy. Before you can protect your soul, you must first guard your mind. The mind is the battlefield where darkness often tries to enter first. Every thought you entertain, every worry you hold on to, and every fear you feed gives the shadows a foothold. Human psychology shows that thoughts shape emotions, decisions, and actions. When your mind is overwhelmed with negativity, your soul becomes vulnerable. But when your mind is disciplined, focused, and clear, your soul remains untouchable. They may appear small at first, a doubt here, a worry there, but if left unchecked, they grow and multiply. Self-doubt erodes confidence. Resentment drains energy. Anxiety clouds judgment. Each of these mental states weakens your inner shield, making it easier for external darkness to influence your emotions and decisions. Awareness is the first step. The moment you recognize these thoughts as temporary and separate from your true self, you regain power. Feeding your mind with positivity is essential. Every thought you choose to focus on builds a layer of defense around your soul. Gratitude, hope, purpose, and self-belief act as armor against negativity. This is not about ignoring reality or pretending the world is perfect. It is about consciously choosing which mental patterns you allow to grow. Your mind decides what your soul experiences. Protect the mind, and the soul will follow. Daily practice is vital. Even a few moments of reflection, meditation, or conscious breathing can reset your mental state. When you discipline your thoughts, you create a sanctuary for your soul. You begin to respond to challenges with clarity instead of reacting impulsively. You notice how external negativity bounces off, unable to penetrate the calm and focus you have cultivated within. Remember, guarding your mind is an act of empowerment. Darkness cannot enter without an invitation. Every time you refuse to dwell on fear, worry, or toxic influence, you strengthen the fortress of your inner world. Your thoughts shape your energy, your decisions, and ultimately the life you live. A protected mind is the foundation of a protected soul, and from this foundation your inner light can shine brightly, unshaken by the chaos that exists outside. Darkness rarely announces itself. It does not always come with loud warnings or obvious signs. Often, it hides in subtle gestures, small comments, or even silent energy in a room. The danger of subtle darkness is that it can slowly seep into your mind and soul without alerting your conscious awareness. Psychology teaches that humans are highly sensitive to micro-expressions, tone, and hidden cues. Even when you believe you are unaffected, your mind and emotions can absorb these energies, gradually influencing your thoughts, decisions, and emotional state. This subtle darkness can appear in everyday life. A friend who constantly complains, a colleague who undermines your confidence, or even a fleeting sense of unease in certain environments. All of these are signals. Many people ignore them, thinking they are insignificant, but these small shadows accumulate over time. When left unchecked, they grow into heavier energy that clouds your mind and dims your spirit. Awareness is the first defense. Pay attention to how situations and people make you feel. Notice the lingering discomfort after certain interactions. Ask yourself if your thoughts are your own or if they carry the weight of someone else's negativity. Your ability to detect these subtle influences determines your capacity to protect your soul. The more alert you are, the less power darkness has over you. Another key aspect is understanding that not all negativity is intentional. Some people carry unresolved pain, fear, or envy that manifests unconsciously. Their energy is not meant to harm you personally, but if you allow it to penetrate, it can affect your clarity, focus, and emotional balance. Recognizing this helps you respond without absorbing their darkness. You can remain compassionate yet firm in guarding your energy. Protecting yourself from subtle darkness is about mindfulness and intentionality. By observing, reflecting, and setting boundaries, you prevent negative from taking root. Your mind and soul become a fortress that shields you from invisible threats. As you grow more aware, you begin to notice the difference in your energy, your emotions, and your interactions. The light within you strengthens, becoming resilient to even the quietest shadows. Subtle darkness exists, but it only has power when you are unaware. When you cultivate awareness, discernment, and conscious presence, you no longer allow the world to quietly drain you. Your soul stays bright, your mind stays clear, and your energy remains untouchable, even in the midst of subtle, hidden negativity. Your inner light is your most powerful tool against darkness. It is the combination of clarity, courage, resilience, and positivity that resides at the core of your being. Psychology shows that humans naturally gravitate toward energy they feel. When your inner light shines brightly, it creates a protective field that repels negativity and attracts positive influences. Strengthening this light is not a luxury. It is essential for survival, growth, and emotional freedom. The process begins with awareness and intention. Every thought, every action, and every habit either fuels your light or dims it. Dwelling on fear, resentment, or doubt reduces your radiance, but focusing on gratitude, self-belief, compassion, and purpose increases it. Your energy is contagious. The stronger your light, the more resilient you become to external pressures. You begin to notice that challenges feel smaller, toxic people lose their influence, and your mind finds calm amidst chaos. Discipline plays a crucial role in nurturing your inner light. Just as a flame requires oxygen to burn, your light requires consistent attention. Daily practices such as reflection, meditation, or conscious affirmation feed this energy. Psychology confirms that repeated focus on positive thoughts and empowering beliefs strengthens neural pathways, making optimism and clarity more natural. The more you practice, the more automatic your light becomes, creating an internal force field that darkness struggles to penetrate. Another key to strengthening your inner light is self-respect. When you honor your boundaries, values, and emotions, you reinforce your energy. Saying no to toxic influences is not selfish. It is protective. When you refuse to engage with negativity or allow it to dominate your mind, you signal to your own spirit that it is valuable, worthy, and untouchable. This reinforcement builds resilience and inner power, making your light unbreakable. Your inner light is also fueled by purpose. When you connect deeply to your goals, your vision, or your reason for being, the light within expands. Darkness may surround you, but purpose anchors your energy. You begin to move through life with intention, focus, and confidence, unaffected by distractions or negativity. The stronger your inner light, the less room darkness has to enter. It is not about avoiding the world. It is about becoming unshakable amidst it. By consciously nurturing clarity, courage, and positivity, you create a soul so luminous that external forces cannot dim it. Your inner light becomes your shield, your compass, and your power. Protecting your soul is not a one-time effort. It is a daily practice. Just as the body needs food, exercise, and rest, the soul requires consistent care, attention, and nourishment. Psychology confirms that habits shape behavior, thoughts, and emotional resilience. By building daily routines that strengthen your mind and spirit, you create a shield that darkness cannot easily penetrate. Small, intentional actions repeated over time have a profound impact on your energy, clarity, and inner strength. Start with reflection. Taking even a few minutes each day to observe your thoughts, emotions, and interactions allows you to identify what strengthens your soul and what drains it. Journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in quiet awareness helps you distinguish your energy from the negativity around you. This practice trains your mind to recognize subtle darkness before it can take root. Gratitude is another powerful habit. A simple focus on what you appreciate each day rewires your brain to notice positivity rather than dwell on negativity. Psychology shows that gratitude increases resilience, reduces stress, and boosts emotional well-being. When you consistently practice gratitude, your inner light grows stronger and external darkness loses its influence. Positive affirmations are equally crucial. The words you speak to your self-perception and your actions. Repeating statements that reinforce strength, courage, and self-worth builds confidence and creates an invisible barrier against negativity. Your soul becomes reinforced each time you consciously affirm your value, and power. Equally important is managing your environment. Surround yourself with people, spaces, and energies that uplift you. Protecting your soul often means setting boundaries, limiting exposure to toxic influences, and prioritizing what nourishes your spirit. Small adjustments like choosing who to spend time with or how you respond to situations create long-lasting protection for your inner world. Finally, invest in activities that fuel your purpose and passion. Doing what aligns with your values and your goals keeps your energy focused, productive, and positive. When your daily life is aligned with your soul's purpose, external darkness struggles to distract or weaken you. By committing to these daily habits, you build a resilient inner fortress. Your mind stays clear, your emotions balanced, and your soul vibrant. Over time, your soul becomes second nature, and the light within you shines brighter than ever, untouched by the negativity that exists outside. Fear and anxiety are some of the most powerful tools that darkness uses to weaken your soul. They creep in quietly, whispering doubts, magnifying uncertainties, and convincing you that you are not enough. Psychology shows that fear triggers the brain's fight-or-flight response, clouding judgment, reducing focus, and draining energy. When fear takes hold, it becomes a doorway for negativity to enter your mind and dim your inner light. The first step to overcoming fear is awareness. Recognize when fear is influencing your thoughts and decisions. Ask yourself if the fear is real or imagined. Most fears are projections of a what-if that have not yet happened. By observing them objectively, you prevent them from controlling your mind. You create space for clarity and calm. Anxiety works in a similar way. It thrives on uncertainty, feeding on endless what could go wrong scenarios. When anxiety dominates, it clouds perception and drains confidence. But when you focus on your inner strength and your ability to handle challenges, anxiety loses its power. Psychology shows that mental rehearsal, positive visualization, and controlled breathing are effective ways to calm the nervous system and regain control over your thoughts. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the choice to act despite. Every time you confront fear, no matter how small, your inner light grows stronger. Your soul becomes resilient, capable of withstanding pressures that would have once drained you. The more you practice facing fear consciously, the less it can influence your energy, your decisions, and your emotions. Another key is shifting focus from the negative to the positive. Fear and anxiety often center on loss, failure, or harm. When you redirect your attention to solutions, opportunities, and possibilities, the darkness loses its. Your energy shifts from reactive to proactive, empowering you to move forward with clarity and confidence. Overcoming fear and anxiety is not a one-time battle. It is a daily commitment. Each small victory strengthens your mind, protects your soul, and brightens your inner light. When you learn to master fear and calm anxiety, you create a life where darkness no longer has the power to control you. Your energy, focus, and resilience become unshakable, and your soul remains untouchable no matter what storms come your way. Holding on to negativity, grudges, or past pain is one of the fastest ways to weaken your soul. Every unresolved resentment, every thought of revenge, every memory that triggers fear or sadness acts like a weight on your spirit. Psychology shows that holding on to these emotional burdens increases stress, clouds judgment, and reduces mental clarity. Letting go is not about forgetting or excusing the wrongs done to you. It is about freeing your energy so your soul can shine unburdened. Emotional baggage creates invisible chains that hold you back. You may carry anger from the past, regret over mistakes, or anxiety about what might happen. Each of these drains your energy and creates openings for external negativity to enter your life. When you learn to release these burdens, you create space for clarity, resilience, and inner peace. Letting go is an act of strength, not weakness. It signals to your mind and soul that you value your own energy above temporary attachments to pain. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in this process. Forgiving does not mean accepting harm or allowing it to continue. It means refusing to let the past control your present. Psychology shows that forgiveness reduces stress, lowers emotional reactivity, and increases mental well-being. When you forgive, you reclaim power that was once given away to anger or resentment. You shield your soul from the lingering influence of darkness. Limiting beliefs also drain your energy. Thoughts like "I am not enough," "I can't succeed," or "I don't deserve peace" create self-imposed barriers. These beliefs keep you trapped in fear and doubt. By identifying them, challenging them, and replacing them with empowering truths, you protect your soul from internal darkness as well as external negativity. Letting go is a continuous practice. It requires awareness, courage, and consistency. Each time you release what no longer serves you, whether it is a toxic relationship, a hurtful memory, or a limiting belief, you create space for growth, clarity, and strength. Your energy becomes lighter, your mind sharper, and your inner light brighter. The power of your soul increases when you let go of what drains you. Darkness loses its grip, fear diminishes, and peace becomes your natural state. By consciously releasing burdens, you reclaim your energy, strengthen your resilience, and build a life where your soul remains untouchable, free to shine fully in the world. Protecting your soul does not mean shutting yourself off from the world. Life requires interaction, connection, and engagement, but it also demands boundaries. Darkness exists everywhere, through people, environments, and situations, but it only has power if you allow it to enter. Psychology shows that humans thrive when they balance connection with self-preservation. You can remain open and compassionate without sacrificing your inner peace. The key lies in discernment. Learn to recognize which energies uplift you and which drain you. Surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you, while limiting exposure to those who bring negativity, envy, or manipulation. Protecting yourself is not about avoiding responsibility or opportunity. It is about choosing where and how you invest your energy. Your soul deserves a space where it can breathe, grow, and shine freely. Boundaries are essential. Saying no, walking away from toxic interactions, or refusing to engage with unnecessary conflict are not acts of weakness, they are acts of strength. Psychology confirms that people who set clear boundaries experience less stress, higher confidence, and greater emotional resilience. When you create limits that honor your well-being, you reduce the chances of darkness penetrating your mind and soul. Mindfulness is another tool for protection. By staying present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings, you can navigate challenges without absorbing external negativity. When someone tries to provoke, manipulate, or drain your energy, mindfulness allows you to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. This practice preserves your inner light while maintaining your place in the world. Protecting yourself without isolation also involves intentional energy management. Engage in activities, conversations, and environments that nourish your soul. Pursue purpose-driven work, meaningful relationships, and moments of joy and reflection. These choices strengthen your inner light and make it less vulnerable to outside darkness. When you master this balance, you move through life with confidence, clarity, and serenity. You remain connected to the world while keeping your soul untouched. Darkness may exist around you, but it cannot enter unless you give it permission. By protecting yourself wisely, you create a life where your energy remains yours, your light remains bright, and your soul thrives amidst the challenges and chaos of the world. When you protect your soul, the rewards are profound and far-reaching. A guarded soul is not only safe from external negativity, it thrives. Psychology shows that individuals who consciously manage their energy, thoughts, and environment experience greater emotional stability of mind and inner peace. When your soul is shielded from darkness, your decisions become clearer, your focus sharper, and your confidence unshakable. Life feels less like a struggle and more like a path of purpose and growth. A protected soul allows you to experience true freedom. Fear, doubt, and anxiety lose their power. You no longer react impulsively to negativity because your inner light remains steady. Your energy becomes magnetic, drawing in opportunities, people, and experiences that align with your values and elevate you. The world may be filled with challenges, but a protected soul sees them as lessons, not threats. Peace becomes your natural state. When the darkness around you cannot penetrate your mind or spirit, you move through life with calm assurance. Situations that once caused stress or emotional upheaval no longer disturb your equilibrium. This clarity allows you to make decisions from a place of strength rather than reaction, shaping a life that reflects your highest intentions. A protected soul also amplifies resilience. Setbacks, failures, and criticism no longer define you. Because your inner foundation is strong, external forces cannot shake your confidence or diminish your worth. You rise above challenges with composure, learning from each experience rather than being consumed by it. Strength and growth become your response to adversity, reinforcing the protection of your soul even further. Moreover, a guarded soul enhances your relationships and interactions. People respond to your energy. When you radiate calm, strength, and clarity, others are naturally drawn to you. Your presence inspires, uplifts, and influences positively. You become a source of light in a world where darkness is always present. The ultimate reward of protecting your soul is the freedom to live fully, courageously, and intentionally. Darkness may exist, but it no longer dictates your thoughts, emotions, or actions. Your life becomes a reflection of your inner strength, your clarity, and your unwavering light. By guarding your soul, you unlock a level of empowerment and fulfillment that no external force can ever take away. Your soul is the most precious part of you, and protecting it is not optional. It is essential. The world is filled with subtle and overt darkness, and if you are unaware, it can quietly influence your thoughts, emotions, and actions, but the power to shield yourself lies within you. Every choice you make, every boundary you set, and every habit you practice either strengthens your inner light or leaves it vulnerable. By committing to the protection of your soul, you step into a life of clarity, resilience, and purpose. Awareness is the foundation. Pay attention to the energies around you, the people you interact with, and the thoughts you entertain. Recognize what nourishes your soul and what drains it. Once you see these patterns clearly, You gain the ability to make conscious choices that preserve your energy and protect your inner light. The world cannot control you unless you allow it to. Daily practice solidifies this protection. Reflection, gratitude, affirmations, meditation, and purposeful action build a fortress around your mind and soul. Every small effort strengthens your resilience and expands your inner light. Over time, these habits become automatic, creating an unshakable shield that guards against negativity, fear, and anxiety. Your soul becomes untouchable, and your energy becomes a source of strength rather than a target for external influence. Letting go of what no longer serves you, grudges, limiting beliefs, toxic relationships, frees your energy for growth, clarity, and peace. Fear and doubt lose their grip, and the darkness around you cannot penetrate the strength you have cultivated with. By intentionally altering your mind, your habits, and your environment, you create a life where your soul is safe, vibrant, and unbroken. The reward for protecting your soul is immeasurable. You gain inner peace, emotional clarity, resilience, and the freedom to live with purpose. You become a source of light in a world that often tries to dim brightness. Your energy influences others positively, and your life reflects the power of an untouchable spirit. Guard your soul fiercely, feed your mind wisely, strengthen your inner light every day. When you commit to this, you no longer react to the darkness around you. You rise above it. You become unshakable, unstoppable, and luminous. Your life becomes a testament to the strength of a protected soul, a soul that refuses to be dimmed, a soul that shines brightly no matter what surrounds it.